Hello everyone and welcome back to Every Other Saturday. So in today's video we're going to discuss the upcoming fixture that we've all been waiting for, the home tie against St Mirren. Now guys, this video is going out ever so slightly late. I do apologise, just getting home late from work and having things to do. But thanks again for sticking with us. You'll probably see this on the day of the game, so do apologise that it's not the day before, but cheers again. As always though guys, if you're new round about here and you're enjoying the content, please consider giving us a subscribe, liking the video and sharing it around your socials as well. Be very much appreciated. Help us grow and hopefully get to the next target of 200 subscribers before we get to the end of the season. But as I say guys, we've waited on this weekend coming along. It could be the possibility that we finally cross that line. But first of all, we need to beat St Mirren. So let's not waste any more time and dive straight into today's video.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland.
Well now guys, we know exactly what needs to happen today / tomorrow whenever you see this. If you see it before midnight, I'll be very, very surprised. But we know exactly what needs to happen today. We need to get out. We need to just focus, keep the level going and get those 3 points. Now it is at home. It's a massive, massive thing going for us. It's been that fortress all throughout the season, and I don't see St Mirren coming and being that team to beat us. Do not get me wrong, they are the only team that have beat us this year, but this is a different kettle of fish if you ask me. It's not just any standard game. It's the one that could help us cross that line. As we've seen in the presser, Steven Gerrard has come out and said that it's almost 99.9% done. Now that's fantastic to come out and for Steven Gerrard to start to stay, and it gives us that little bit extra. I think it's a boost that we're going to get from this. I think every player in that dressing room knows exactly what it means and how close we actually are. It's just getting so close now that we need not any garbage patter here. We need to focus and make sure that the 3 points comes tomorrow or today. But we'll take a quick look at St Mirren and we'll see exactly what they could be bringing to the table. Now, they have had a kind of sketchy run of form. They've done not bad in the last, I think it's 5 or 6 games. I think they're running on 4 draws and a couple of wins there, but these draws are like 0-0s and scraping 1 each draws. I think the last game as well, they just managed to bring it in as a 1-0 win rather than drawing again 0 each. So the firepower up front's not exactly firing for them. Don't get me wrong, they're not conceding. They are kind of tight enough at the back. We know how they've played against us. They are the only team that have beat us this year. But I just don't see them having a lot coming forward, especially at Ibrox, but I see them sitting back. They do have one thing that you kind of overlook at times, that they play with such pace and they can turn on a dime and they can make that defensive shape that they've got, they can turn that into counter-attacks quite easily. So we need to focus on that. We need to make sure that we're not letting silly things go by. And I think that'll play into team selection for us as well, with you've got players like Balogun coming back. I don't think he'll be coming back in to take the place of Nathan Patterson, because I see Patterson having that speed advantage over Balogun, and I think with the style of football that they play, we're going to need a bit of pace with us as well. I have absolutely no thoughts in my mind that a win is all in forefront of St Mirren's mind. They're sitting in 6th position. They've beaten the old firm this year. They've beaten Rangers and they've beaten Celtic, so let's face it, I think every St Mirren fan's going to be sitting there and being quite happy. But at the same time, there's not a high level of consistency going with St Mirren. So as much as you can have a bit of fear about them because they do have ability to turn, the consistency level isn't there enough for me. So I'm not overly worried about what they're going to be bringing to the table specifically because it is at Ibrox. But I think that from front to back, coaches, staff, everybody at Ibrox is 100% focused on what's coming today. Now I know I've broke St Mirren down for you before. We've spoke about what they can do, who they've got and what's going to happen and stuff like that. This is wipe the slate clean. This is cup final stuff. We know exactly what has to happen. We've got all those players that are desperate to lift that trophy. We've got a manager now who's coming out and saying it's 99.9% done. I think it means too much now. I think the fans have done enough buying of fireworks, blow up sharks and flags. Let's bring this home. But with that, let's dive into Rangers and see exactly what we're going to be bringing and who's going to be chopping and changing for us. As I've mentioned before, you've got Balogun coming back into the mould. I don't think that he will be making an appearance in the starting lineup. He might take Hollander's spot just to give Hollander a break. Let's face it, he's not taking Goldson's spot. Goldson doesn't ever seem to stop. I think we're going to keep Patterson in that position as well. Can't see him just being substituted for the sake of it. As I say, we need that pace, and a kind of youthful side of things is going to go well for us against St Mirren, so keeping it that way is exactly there. It's good to hear that we've got Jack on his way back as well. We've got the obvious Katic is going to be out for the rest of the season, which is a bit unfortunate. I kind of wanted to see him maybe towards the tail end getting a few appearances in, but these things aren't to be, so it is what it is. And we've got Kemar Roof just round the corner, not long away from coming back as well. A couple of weeks away from James Tavernier. Could we have it all wrapped up before the captain gets back? As much as it sucks that he's not there, getting it wrapped up, be it Ibrox or be it at Parkhead, who knows. I can always remember, not 100% sure what season it was, but Tav came out and he was doing an interview and he said that that's why he came to Rangers, to win trophies, and he was desperate to win the league. And I think it was almost the season after that. It might have been the season after we came up. Again, I apologise for non-accuracy here, but the other interview that sticks out in my mind is that he wasn't going anywhere because he has unfinished business at Ibrox. And to me, that's lifting the trophy. And once this happens, to see that trophy in Tavernier's hands, it's just... Guys, I'm ready for this. We've waited so long. We've had our crap for 9 years. Bullshit coming from both sides, everywhere, especially the other part of the city, giving us utter pelters. This is our time. So let's get St Mirren over the line. Let's make sure that that's done. The 3 points are in the bag and we can move on. Because I think trophy time is a culmination of everything that we've worked for. We've been patient, we've brought a manager in, he's had the time and he's had the money, he's had the transfer windows he's asked for. And let's face it, guys, this is 3 seasons. 3 seasons to get to where we are. And Gerrard, once again, he comes out in the presser. I'm going to keep diving back to it because it's probably one of the best things I've watched. If I could link it without getting demonetised on the videos, I would. But he comes out on that video and he says, let's start tearing down the 54s and putting up 55s and stamping their mark on the great history of the club. He even knows how much it means to us to get this number 55 over the line. And I know we're being a wee bit, maybe I'm being a wee bit jumping the gun here, but this could be our weekend, guys. It really could. And I think every single one of us out there deserves to be excited right now. Because even when you look into these rumours and everything else, it's flying all about social media about people going up to the park to welcome them and celebrate with them after the game tomorrow. I know it's breaking rules, I know it is, but I think you've even got the manager coming out saying that he wasn't even bothered, he wasn't going to put his 2 cents in on that. He was just going to say to the fans, be safe, but he would understand whatever happens. I don't think the gravity is going to set in just quite as quickly with some folk, but once it goes over the line, once that trophy's in the cabinet, I think this team itself, maybe a couple of additions could happen, but this team could keep going and keep striving for things. Scottish Cup turning round, we've got a fantastic European run going. What's to stop us lifting more trophies? Now, 3 years ago, you wouldn't be thinking about lifting trophies, and look at us now. You just can't beat this, you just really cannot beat this. Now when it comes to the team lineup now, guys, we'll move away from the 55 talk and we'll have a wee look at my possible lineup. Classic lineup for me. I'm going to go with McGregor in goals. I'm going to go with Patterson, Goldson with the armband, Hollander at the back and Barisic as well. Midfield 3, slightly different from me this time. I'm going to go with Davis and Kamara, and I'm also going to go with Scott Arfield. The front 3 has to be this time. I'm going to go with Joe Aribo, Ryan Kent, and the man himself, the man who has had that yellow card rescinded that we were expecting to happen anyway, but it's great news, with Alfredo Morelos. Now guys, I can only apologise that we don't have any score predictions today, but I was a wee bit busy with work and I completely forgot to ask you guys' opinion, so I've got no slide for you today that shows you exactly what we're thinking in score predictions, but I'll give you mine just before this one ends, and I will say that score predictions wise, I'm going to go out there with 3-0 win. It could possibly be a cricket score, but I'm going to go with a 3-0 win because I feel that we are going to be that fired up that I know exactly what's coming, and it's just goals galore. Now, with all that being said though, guys, it's a great feeling to be here. We all have to appreciate exactly what's there, but I will say my statement that we all need to try and stay safe and try and not paint a bad light on the club when it comes to celebrating too heavy. Now, I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous and I fully expect to get pelters, but let's stay safe whatever we do. Make sure that we're doing it correctly, not painting any bad lights, we're not flying to Dubai and having pints when we shouldn't be, but let's make sure that we're doing everything the right way and staying safe and being sensible for the club. Because let's face it, guys, they've went out and done the hardest thing possible. They've as good as got this across the line, so I think we should have a good showing for them as well. Make sure that we're not painting bad lights in the press, shall we say. But whatever you guys are doing, I hope you are safe and I hope you are going to celebrate well. Get those fireworks up in the air. Let's get those sharks up as well. We know exactly what's coming. It's not quite there yet. I know we've got things to get through. Celtic need to play on Sunday and stuff like that, but we're nearly there. But as always, guys, if you're enjoying the content and you're new round about here, please consider giving us a subscribe, hit that like button, and please share it across your socials as well. Help it get to as many people as possible. Help us get on that way to the target of 200 subscribers before the end of the season. And also remember, we have the competition running. We've got this personalised glass or cup for yourself. Rangers crest on it, 55 in the back, and your name if you're looking for something like that as well. I'm going to be giving that away once we hit 200 subscribers. It would be very much appreciated. Slap a wee like on the video and drop a wee comment in there as well, and that enters you in. And then once we get to 200 subscribers, I'll pick a winner out from it someday and we'll get that posted out to you as well. The wee link down there is from the unofficial sponsor, Amore Wax Melts. The link's down there to the Facebook page. Get down there and help her out as well. Drop a wee like on it. Plenty of gifts out there as well. We've got wax melts, reed diffusers, Mother's Day gifts, the full lot. Go and say hi to Chloe. Drop her a wee message as well. Say Chris from Every Other Saturday sent you over. Be very much appreciated. But once again, guys, I apologise the video's late and you'll be seeing it on the day of the game. Thanks again for watching. I've been Every Other Saturday and I will see you on the next one.